You've been singing all these songs off key, baby. Feeling like your ear is weak, baby. The band starts to play and you can't find your meat, maybe. You might need some ear training if the big jam feels like a reach, baby. Intervals are sounding obscene, baby. Singing that run since you were a teen, maybe. You might need some ear training. You might need some ear training. You might need some ear training. Oh, ear training. You might need some ear training. If you don't know what this scale is, or what this scale is, wanna harmonize with your friends, I can't say it more plainly. You might need some ear training. I got you, my friend. Got you, my friend. It is like a muscle you need reps to strengthen. I can't stop to help you if you wanna jump in. Come get some ear training, ah yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You might need some ear training. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You might need some ear training. Ear training. You might need some ear training. Ear training. You might need some ear training.
Okay, all right. Hello, good people. Good afternoon. It is Wednesday, and that means that it is ear training day at the Robin's Nest. Welcome to the Robin's Nest Live. And so, I'm live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at around this time. And every time we go live, we do a different thing. So on Wednesdays, we do ear training. So today is going to be all about practicing your intervals. I'm going to test you on your intervals. Hi, Eva. Good to see you. I'm going to test you on your intervals. I want you to have your fingers ready to type your answers in the chat, because I want to know that you know that I know that we know that you know your intervals. So we're going to have a lot of fun today. It's not going to be a super long, drawn out session. That's usually how these ear training sessions go, but it's just a good time to check in with your ear training skills. Keep you on your toes. That's what I'm here for. I am here to keep the people on their toes. So very, very glad if you're hanging out with me today. Say what's up in the chat. I would love to say hello to you back. And just in case this is your first time hanging out with me, I want you to know that my name is Ashley Robin. I am a singer, songwriter, producer, and I'm also a musicianship coach, which basically means that whatever makes you fully the music creator you desire to be, whether that's vocals, songwriting, ear training, or production, I can help you with that. I can help in all four of those areas. I am your girl. I've got 2 degrees in music. That's a bachelor's in classical and a master's degree in jazz. I've been singing seriously and studying music for about 18 years now. And I've been teaching other people how to make music or about music in different contexts, like for colleges, organizations, and of course on a one-to-one basis for about 13 years now. I'm a signed artist. I work with other labeled artists. I've sung background vocals for live television broadcasts, live concerts in really cool spaces like the Apollo Theater in New York City, where I'm from, born and raised. Background vocals for other live events. I get called on for studio sessions, and I also get called upon as vocal director to make sure that the background vocals are doing what they got to do for events, recordings, etc., etc. I am the owner of the Robin's Nest. It is a virtual music academy for musicians and artists just like you who are serious about succeeding at the craft. I've coached folks that work with people like Pharrell, Lana Del Rey, Burna Boy, and guess what? Today, I am your coach too. So the Robin's Nest Live is all about creating a safe space for us to grow musically together. So happy that you're hanging out with me today. And again, like I said, today is all about the intervals. It's all about the intervals, baby. It's all about the intervals, baby. So stick around. hang out with me. I'll test you on your intervals and send you on your way, because I want to know that you know that we know that you know them. Okay, so here's how it's gonna go. I'm just gonna play you an interval on the keyboard. I might sing it a couple times too, depending on the vibes, you know what I'm saying? And all you gotta do is tell me what the interval is in the chat. That's all. All right, I'll give you some time. I'll play the interval a few times, and you just tell me what you say it is. All right, that's all we're doing. That is the name of the game. So let's transition. We got to get a little beat going, you know, because we don't do anything boring in the Robin's Nest. That's my vow. That's my vow to you. All right, your interval test is now beginning. Are you ready? Say ready in the chat. If you are ready, let me know if you're ready. Let's do it. Okay, I'm not going to give you any hints as to what your first interval will be. Oh, okay. Well, what is an interval? An interval is essentially the distance between two notes. Intervals control harmonies, scales, all the things that make music what it is. And so each interval has a name. So if you've never learned your intervals before, still stick around, because I'm going to be playing them and giving out the answers so that you can start to get acquainted with what intervals are. Okay, cool. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right, I'm seeing that the people are ready. Let's go. Here we go. So very anticlimactic. My settings were not right. All right, let's do it. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Here we go. What interval is this? Starting out nice and easy. What is this called? What is the sound? Hey, Chris. Not a third. It's wider than that. What is it called? Okay, cool. So if you said that was a perfect fifth, that is correct. So whenever you say the name of the interval, you got to make sure that you also include the identity. Your answer. Cool beans? All right, let's do another one. What interval? What interval is this? Hey, Sarah. Who is this? I'm seeing some answers. For those of you who have the references, use your references. It'll be super helpful. A couple more times. What interval is this? One more time. Okay, this interval is a minor sixth. That is the name of this interval. Okay. That's the name of this one. All right. Let's do another one. So as we go around, right, like, and if you were to actually come to a class of mine where I teach the intervals in depth, or like if you had the ear sharpener, which goes through every interval in depth, it would definitely give you a better understanding of like what to listen for, because intervals have they have little things that you can use to remember what they are and what they sound like, right? So remember that an interval is a measurement of distance in music. And so if you can memorize those distances, then, it won't be hard at all for you to not only identify intervals, but make use of intervals as well. That's important. It's not just about being able to say what interval it is, because that's not going to help you make music, right? But it's about knowing what each interval does. The emotional value or the creative value of every interval is extremely important. All right, cool. Let's do a few more. That's why I love ear training day, because it's so fast. We got time to go through as many intervals as we could probably get through all of them, actually. All right, how about this one? What interval is this? It's Ashley Robbins' favorite interval, by the way. Not that that means anything. But, fun fact, it's my favorite interval. What's this called? So, the interval that I'm playing right now is actually way too wide to be a third. A third is actually a very small sound compared to what I'm playing. Okay, I'm seeing answers. I haven't seen a correct answer yet, but y'all are getting close. Definitely getting close. I'll give it a couple more times. If you're just joining me on live, we are testing our interval knowledge. So just type in the chat, what interval am I playing on the keyboard right now? Two more times. Here we go. Revealing the answer in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. If you guess that this sound is a major seventh, you are correct. The way that I remember major sevenths is that they really, 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 really want to be octaves. That's how I always think of it. I'm like, major sevenths have a little identity crisis going on. They really, really, really wish they could be eighths, right? Because it really only takes one half step to get up to being an octave, right? So, if I just move a little space wider. Hi, Maya. If I move just a little bit space wider, I could be an octave if I really tried. So that's how I remember major sevenths. Right? And also, there are a lot of really great references for major sevenths too. Yeah. Right, like if you know that song from the 80s, it's just training. Yeah. Take on me. That's one of my favorite songs from the 80s. It's so good. Or, if you're more of a subdued, jazzy kind of person, a great major seven reference is that song by Norah Jones, right? If you go, I waited till I saw the sun, right? So that could be another really good one. Hi, Joshua. Hey, everybody. If you're just joining, say what's up. I'd love to say hello back to you. Very glad that you're deciding to hang with me today and practice your intervals. Let's do the next one, shall we? Everybody get ready. Here we go. What interval is this? Oh, wow. I picked one of my broken keys. Let's do a different one. Scratch that. What interval? I need a new keyboard, by the way. If anybody wants to contact a Kai professional and let them know that there is a music influencer in need of a new keyboard, I'm open to it. And anyway, Here is the interval. Tell me in the chat what interval is this. Here we go. Who is it? Yes, exactly. Exactly. Who is this? Very crunchy. Oh, it's too crunchy to be a minor third. It's even closer than that. Extremely dissonant. What's this called? Two more times. I'm seeing answers. Good. I'm seeing correct answers. Very nice. Very nice. I'll give you more time. Who is this? Yes. If you said that was a minor second, that is correct. That is correct. Minor seconds are very crunchy. They're very they're like the cactuses of music. The cacti of music. The cacti of intervals. Okay, very prickly, very, it'll make you super uncomfortable depending on the day. Right? And here's a neat factoid. A minor second is the inverse of a major seventh. So basically, if you take a major seventh and you flip it around, it turns into a minor second. So look at that. Look at that. So yes, the last one was a minor second. Let's do some more. We got so much time. I'm going to get off at 12:45. We got so much time. We could do 3 more, maybe. All right, let's do it. What interval is this? Tell me what it's called when you feel like you know. Wonderful. What kind? Remember, you gotta put that identifying word in front of it. It matters. What kind is it? Couple more times. This one seems to be pretty easy for a lot of you. Okay. Yes. So that interval is called a minor third. Okay, it's a third, but it's sadder than your average third, right? Your regular major third would sound like this. La, 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 back, right? It's very happy, bopping along, positive, upbeat, you know what I'm saying? But a minor third is smaller, and it's a lot more somber. It's like, it's like if Dora the Explorer was going out on a rainy day, maybe, and she decided to sing it, sadder. Back, 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 back. Maybe she lost her backpack, So that could be a way to remember your minor third. But there are so many ways to remember a minor third, right? But it is definitely a more somber version. Okay. Are you saying that the minor third reminded you of Pure Imagination? In a world, yes, actually, yes. Yes, wow. I've never had somebody reference Pure Imagination as their minor third reference, but that is actually a really good one. Yes, come with, yes. No, this is something you got to know about me. I am such a huge dork for this stuff. If you find me a new reference I've never heard before, it genuinely excites me, from the bottom of my feet to the top of my head. I am so excited. Yes, 1,000%. the first two words of Pure Imagination, which is one of my favorite songs in the whole world. So add to that, right? Pure Imagination starts with a minor third. Thank you. I gotta write that down and hold it somewhere in my heart. Wait a minute. Hold on. You see, I got my notepad out. Because guess what? I don't know every song in the world, and I also don't remember every song in the world at all times. So yeah, if somebody brings to my attention a reference I hadn't thought of yet, I'm gonna write it down. So minor third, Pure Imagination. Right? And I also use Pure Imagination for In a World. I use that one for major sevenths. Right? So now I have two reasons to use Pure Imagination. Look at that. Yeah. What's the whole sequence? In a Now I have to think about it. Because it depends on what key the song is in. Now I have to think about it. Monica, I'm going to send you a DM. I'm going to send you a DM to answer that question. That's a really great question. All right, we got time for one more. Let me know if you're ready for the last one. Drop me in the chat. Ready. If you're ready for the last one. And before we get into the last interval for the day, I got to make sure that you are aware of your Robin's Nest announcements. There's always something going on in the nest. All right, so let me just quickly let you know what's going on. All right, firstly, Better Ear Bootcamp is happening. Better Ear Bootcamp is happening starting today. Today is November the 12th, and Better Ear Bootcamp is the 12th through the 14th. It is a 3-day virtual event that will help you master or start on the road to mastering how to hear keys, how to use the Nashville number system, and also how to approach harmonization. So if you need help in any of those areas or all 3 of those areas, I highly recommend you sign up for bootcamp and get what you need. It's totally free. So come join me. The link is in my description and the link is in my profile if you're watching me on Insta and TikTok. Let's see. The Nest Workshop Series is something that you should totally sign up for if you want to learn with me in the areas of vocals, songwriting, and even more ear training. If you subscribe, you'll have access to my 3 workshops that are happening on Saturday. I'm teaching vocal workshop. We're going to be talking about how to navigate your high range and your low range successfully. Songwriting workshop, we're going to be talking about how to study a song to get the most out of it and make sure that you can write great songs too. And then ear training workshop is going to be all about harmonic minor. We're going to learn harmonic minor together. So if you want to have access to those 3 classes this Saturday, among many other perks, and this is an exclusive announcement, by the way, a new tier of the workshop series subscription is now open that includes a monthly full coaching session in any area you desire. So that's 45 minutes. 45 minutes of coaching, okay, every month, and also an additional session, 15 minutes as well. So if you want to be part of the workshop series, now is a great time because I've added a new feature that will allow you to have private one-to-one coaching with you and I, okay? So check it out. The links are where the links be at. And then finally, Scalebenders Volume 1 is available. It is a fun collection of exercises that I created to help you fine-tune your ear and get really, really good at hearing shifts from major to minor. It helps you with your vocal control, your intonation, all that good stuff. And it's a lot of fun to do as well. So those are all the announcements. All the links are where the links be at. If you're interested, you can also reach out to me. I'm always around. You can always DM me or text me or whatever you feel like doing. Cause yeah, this is what I'm about. I'm always here. All right, here we go. This is the last interval of the day. So get your ears ready, start your ear engines and get your fingers ready to give me those answers. Here we go. All right, what interval is, I gotta pick one. I'm picking them. Which one do I want to do? Okay, let's do this one. Let's do this one. Okay, here we go. And What is this? What is this called? What you think? It's wider than that. It's actually quite a bit wider than that. Give you a couple more times. Okay, Olivia, I see you. What kind, though? That's very important. What kind of that is it? Yeah, you too, Kristen. What kind? It's not that, Sarah. That will be wider than this. Okay. Couple more seconds. Hey, come on. There's no such thing. Okay. So we got mixed answers, mixed reviews on that last one, but that interval right there is called a major sixth. It's called a major sixth. So yeah, come on. Fifths are only perfect, right? Unless they're augmented or diminished. But, you know, there's no such thing as a major fifth or a minor fifth. It's always only, thank you for the follow. It's always only a perfect fifth. And then it's diminished and augmented in certain circumstances. Okay? No such thing as a minor fifth either. But this was called... I forgot how I played it. Oh, I think it was here. Yeah, this is a major sixth. And so one of the most popular references for the major sixth is the NBC chimes. I don't know if that's relevant, but you know how when you watch something on Peacock, it'll like start bum bum bum. You see the little peacock with the feathers. You're welcome. Come on. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. I'm really glad that my content is helpful. And yeah, you know, if you got it wrong, don't worry about it. It's just you got to put your reps in. That's all it is. So the same way that you train your muscles, right? The same way that you train any other part of your voice or your brain or your body or whatever have you, you got to train your ear. So it's all about putting the reps in. That's all. Thank you for the follow. Okay, so the more you do stuff like this, whether you do it with me in the Robin's Nest or whether you do it in some other way, because there's so many ways out there to train your ear, right? I'm not even going to front like the Robin's Nest is the only way. It's the only way to do it this way, you know. But, you know, if you like the way that I teach, if you appreciate the way that I, disseminate musical information, then, yeah, you do want to roll with the Robin's Nest. But there's so many ways out there to study, so many ways out there to train your ear. So, do you think doing background vocals helps to reinforce this? Only if you're doing them intentionally and you're paying attention to what you're doing. So you need knowledge of intervals to arrange vocals. You do need, because intervals are harmonies. So if you are not the best with understanding what intervals go where and the moods of different intervals, etc., you're not going to be able to intentionally arrange vocals. So do background vocals, but really pay attention to what you're doing and what you're using, and then that will help reinforce the intervals that you're using and what their values are. Yeah, that's a good question. Really good question, Joshua. Let's see. I've been learning scale degrees, but I have a hard time with movable do. Yeah, I understand. I understand that feeling. Yeah. I mean, both have their merits. So fixed do and movable do both have great purposes and reasons. There's a reason why people think of it one way or the other. And it would be really great to be able to think of things both ways. Like, for instance, I am best with movable do. I'm just now dipping my toe in the idea of doing things with a fixed do perspective. So yeah, Yeah, I understand. I hope I could be helpful to you in that area, Sai. Okay, y'all. So, oh wait, my reference tip from Major 6 are skies are blue. Let's see. You mean, do you mean Somewhere Over the Rainbow? From The Wizard of Oz? So what? Somewhere over the rainbow, da da, skies are blue. Yeah, yes, 1,000%. Skies are blue. In that song is absolutely, positively a Major 6. All right, y'all. So we had a really good interval training session today. Yes, Raylon. Hi, Raylon. I'm glad that you were here, and I'm glad that y'all are getting these answers right over here on YouTube as well. All right, so today was a really fun session. Okay, thank you so much, Sai. I appreciate it. Yeah, today was a great session. We'll be back on Friday. We are live. Remember that, especially if you're just hanging out with me today for the first time. Remember that the Robin's Nest is live. Unless otherwise stated, I am live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at about noonish. Today I had to get on it at 12:15, but usually I'm on at noon. Okay. So you can come and hang out with me. So this Friday is going to be the next live session. And on Fridays at the Robin's Nest, we focus on increasing our vocal agility. That's what it's all about. Okay, so if you want to hang out on Friday and learn some tips to get more agile vocally, definitely come hang out. Oh, wow. You see, I took Japanese in high school, but I'm terrible with kanji. I'm awful with kanji. Ah, man. But, Chie, I think you're probably saying something I should say thank you to, because I don't see a desu ka. It's not a question. So thank you. How do you get better at music theory? You got to practice. Put your reps in. Study. Find resources. Get as much information as you can. Oh, wow. Thank you, Sai. Did you translate it, or do you speak Japanese? I took Japanese in high school, but I was never very good at kanji. So I apologize. I wish I could read that better. All right, y'all. I don't want to hold y'all up any longer. This has been an excellent session of the Robin's Nest Live. I'll be back on Friday with some exercises that you can do to support your vocal agility. Until then, I am Ashley Robin. This has been the Robin's Nest Live. Take good care of your voices. Keep training your